Today, our streets and communities are littered with the young and old who suffer the indignity of begging for crust of bread to stay alive. It is no more news that there is an epidemic phenomenon of street children who are brought up on the free-range system, child prostitution, rejected children, and mass destitution of the young are the order of the day. Often, they have no idea of what they are gifted to do on this earth. The politicians have found them to be available for thuggery, vandalization, political uproar, and other antisocial activities due to their ignorance and hopelessness, poverty, and inability to access quality education. It is incumbent on society to form people through the provision of integral programs and policies that will facilitate moral and social development. Hopespring to Africa is tackling these problems by providing the right information and motivational programs to imbibe the right attitude and fill every vacuum through our various strategies. Hopespring to Africa is a non-governmental organization founded on February 2nd, 2013, registered under the Corporate Affairs Commission to provide solutions to the first four Sustainable Development Goals, which are eradication of poverty, zero hunger, provision of good health and well-being, provision of quality education. Hopespring to Africa, through our innovations, has visited more than 50 schools, gave scholarships to indigent students, and empowered more than 2,000 students in different communities in Nigeria. Our innovation strategies are scholarship, reach out, momentum, not too young to dream, life-transforming projects such as building of schools, libraries, toilets, etc. for underdeveloped communities and schools. Our vision is restoring hope to all. Mission to provide solutions to the first four Sustainable Development Goals. For support or information, you can reach out to us on hopespringtoafrica@gmail.com or you can call 090-2016-7010. You can reach out to us on our Instagram handle, Hopespring to Africa, our Facebook handle, Hopespring to Africa.
Hi, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, depending on where you're listening from. My name is Olufoke Folorisho, and you're welcome back again. I'm glad. We are so glad again to see you, to be here. Wow, I'm so excited this evening. I'm so excited this evening. The person that is coming today, our speaker for this evening, the final day of Momentum. Seriously, like I'm so happy right now. Like I'm so happy right now because she's someone that I really love so much. She's someone that, when I met her, she was someone who was like, wow, this coach with this so much wisdom, with this so much, love for the. So I'm really so excited that she's the one that will be coming for the final session tonight. Wherever you're watching from, this is Momentum and it's powered by Hopespring to Africa. Hopespring to Africa is an NGO and it was registered as a non-governmental organization established in 2013, and our aim is to provide solutions to the first Sustainable Development Goals. This is one of our strategies. We have 5 strategies of achieving our goals. The first one is scholarship. The second one is momentum, which we are doing right now. The third one is reach out. Reach out comes once a year. We'll be glad to have you if you want to be part of our volunteers. Then we have not too young to dream. Not too young to dream is one of our strategies that is meant to reach out to the young, to those people that really need help, to the less privileged students that do not have the capacity, to pay for their fee, for their white fee, for examination fee. So that is the part of the strategy that reach out to those people. Then we have life transforming project. Life transforming project, it's a project for the community, for the underdeveloped community. We go to different places. We try to, in our whole little contribution, we do our whole little contribution, and we give it to our communities. We identify their problems, we identify their challenges, then we are able, to provide solutions for them. So welcome once again, and seriously, we are so happy. Like, I'm personally happy because of the speaker that will be coming soon. I'm so excited because seriously, I want to even meet her in person. We've never met in person, and the first time I talked with her, I just started that up. Okay, let me just tell you the story of how we met. Okay. KEMI Oye, she was one of the coach for Fela Durotoye's program. I don't know how many of us that was available for Fela Durotoye's program, the 50th birthday that was celebrated, the 50 days celebration thing. I was like, I was just being attracted to her. I was like, who is this person? And fortunately, it was after a program. I think it was the career session. And Fela Jote was like, okay, every one of you, if you want to be part of the boot camp for the career session, kindly do this, kindly send a video. And I was like, okay, will I be able to meet up with this thing? Will I be able to be selected? And fortunately, I was selected, and I met this amazing woman. I met this loving woman. And when we wanted to do, when we were planning for Momentum, I was like, okay, everyone was like, who will be the coach? I'll be the coach. Who will be the speakers? And people were bringing suggestions. And, I have to go back to the drawing boards. And I was like, okay, who and who? And I just thought of this amazing woman, and her name just dropped. And I felt, wow, will she even accept our request? Will she even agree to be here? We don't have any money to pay her. We don't have anything to give her when it comes to, now big speakers now, they collect the big money thing. So I was, God, okay, let me just try my best. So that was the way I just started this woman. I was like, good evening, ma'am, please. And one funny thing about her, she's not even in Nigeria. So I was scared. It was like I was putting in action everything that we were being taught. So you have to take action, the bold thing, and you have to just give it a shot. Sometimes it might just be the biggest thing you can take is no. So I felt, okay, at least the only thing she will be telling me is, Funke, sorry, I can't do it because you do not have money to pay. And I just started doing this woman up, and she was like, okay, can I have with her gentle voice? You understand what I meant when she comes in? Just don't worry. Like, I'm so excited. Like, she's just like, okay, are you going to, what's the program all about? Okay, please send me mail. Okay, give me this. And I was like, okay, no problem. And I sent her, and I was like, okay, can you feel this? So I was like, the concluding part of that, she was like, okay, no problem. I was like, wow, this woman, wow. Please join me as I bring on board this amazing woman, the woman that someone told me not too long ago that I even look alike. So I think you people should be the judge if we look alike, right? Okay, please, can I have this amazing woman while I read her full profile? Like, please, can I have her name is KEMI Oye. I said that before, and I said that she was part of the amazing people coached for the boot camp, FD boot camp, boot camp. She was one of the amazing coaches that we had, and she's a loving woman. Just the way to let me just not give the too much gist. Let me not give the too much. Let me not give the too much gist though, because you will fall in love with her when you see her. Her name is KEMI Oye. She's a career coach, HR professional, trainer, and speaker based in the UK, known as the career doctor. Okay, that's excited because like believe that she will be here. I do not believe it. I do not believe it. Our mandate is to help females in their job discover their perfect career match so they can fulfill in their job or career. Kemi is an HR professional, authoritatively positioned in her career as a result of 2 decades of experience in the HR space, working with a wide range of leaders from mid-level to the board level executive. Some highlights of her working as the HR project lead. Okay, the first being, transfer employees
Hello, can everyone hear me? Because I haven't heard you for the last 10 minutes. Can you hear me clearly? I've not been able to hear you for the last 10 minutes. Can everyone hear me? Ah, okay.
Hello.
Now we didn't hear anything you said.
Everything I've been saying, like this was not. No. I will not agree. I have to start all over. No. I will have to start all over. It's not possible. Like, it's not possible. Seriously, sis. Please, if you are just joining, I do not. Oh my God, I have to start reading it all over again. Like, seriously, I didn't know it was actually muted. My mic was muted. I didn't know. You are welcome, ma'am. You're welcome. Like, I'm excited. Maybe it's excitement that I didn't know it. I didn't know it was already off. I'm sorry, audiences, to all our participants. I'm sorry. I think it was the excitement that really. I don't know what happened at that place. I really don't know how the mic got muted. I really don't know. But please permit me to just read it all over again. I have to start all over again. So I'm sorry. Okay, our speaker for tonight, her name is KEMI Oye. Her name is KEMI Oye, and she's one of the persons that I love so much. I got to know about her when during Fela Durotoye 50th birthday. It was during that program. I don't know how many of us that joined the session, the live session. They did 50-day celebration. I was there and I was always following. I was like, it was during that process I got to know KEMI Oye. And at a point, thank God, they told us that during the career session, they told us that we should, apply for a boot camp and we should just, apply. And I was like, will I be selected? Okay, I just sent in my application and I was selected, luckily. So later, I said to myself, this Suma, I must just follow her. Like I have to, immediately I had to follow her on Instagram. I was like, I want to know about this Suma, this calm, amazing, beautiful woman. And I said it earlier that somebody told me that it seems to even look alike a bit. Well, I don't know. I will leave the audience to judge that. But what I'm trying to say is this Suma, after that, and we were trying to plan for the momentum, and we were trying to plan. I was like, okay, what are we going to do? We check our board. Who are the speakers? And I remember her. I said, would she accept? I'm not sure, because now big speakers now, they want big money now. I said, we are still growing. No, please. How are we going to do it? No big money like that. So I checked her and I chatted her, and that was how she said, well, okay, no problem. Don't worry, you get to know what I'm talking about. No problem. The cool voice. No problem. Can you send me the mail? I was like, okay, mom, I will send you the mail. And immediately she just replied, and she just said yes. I was like, God, yes, for this, no money. We are not paying you, and you are saying yes, mom. We are just growing up. I'm saying that to myself. I didn't tell her. I said, mom, we are just growing up, and you just want to come to this place, mom. I really appreciate you for that. Seriously, I can never forget this out of love, because seriously. It really takes someone that really loved you, someone that that you are really passionate about something, to really come out by this time, using your own resources, your time and everything, and you're just here just to be, to impact lives. Thank you so much, ma'am. So I will read our profile once again, because my mic was muted. So KEMI Oye, she's a career coach, HR professional, trainer, and speaker based in the UK, known as the Career Doctor. Our mandate is to help female career professionals that are unsatisfied and feel stuck in their job discover their perfect career match, so they are fulfilled in their job or career. KEMI Oye is an HR professional authoritatively positioned in her career as a result of 2 decades of experience in the HR space, working with a wide range of leaders from mid-level to board-level executive. Some highlights of her work that has given her access to the people she loves to serve are: working as the HR project lead for 2 multi-million pounds projects in the UK. The first being a 160 million euro project to transfer employees into the biggest cardiac center in Europe, and 150 million euro project to build a new cancer center in the UK. Wow. HR led for delivering a new model of care within the health department of the government of Chelsea. Development and implementation of workforce strategies for leading NHS trust. Talent management and senior leaders coaching programs. Mentoring and coaching aspiring HR business partners and young adults. Participation in the volunteer program for the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. KEMI is on a mission to see the narrative around work change. She believes that everyone should strive and love being in the workplace because they are able to deploy their talent, passion, and passionately and personality appropriately, as opposed to the working out of necessity. No doubt, our professionalism, objectivity, and approach are often referred to as the second to none in helping people discover the work they are perfectly matched to. Our former qualifications include BA Honors, wow, MA International HRM, and Diploma in Leadership. She is an experienced as a qualified coach and chartered member of the Chartered Institute of Personnel and Development. She's also a licensed and accredited practitioner of the Global Discovery Insight and DISC personality profiling tools. When KEMI is not helping career professionals make work a delight, she is busy learning a new gospel song to lead in a local church and helping teenagers develop leadership competency, supporting their career journey. KEMI is married with 2 teenage children and enjoys a great time at the spa and being adventurous with new food recipes. Oh my God, wow. It's really nice having you, Ma. And seriously, I love you so much. I love you so much. You notice I've been posting your videos recently. I just love you naturally because of your calmness, because you know the way you just approach things, and for the fact that you can come to my level, come to our level, to just come to this platform without anything. Thank you so much, Ma. We appreciate you. We love you, and we say thank you for this opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I hope you can hear me okay. Yeah? You can hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? So if you can hear me, just put in the chat box where I can see you. Yes. Loud and clear. If you can hear me. I hope you can. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. So yes, it really is a pleasure to be here. It really is a pleasure. And thank you so much for the invite. Now, you talked a lot about, just me being here and how it's a privilege. But actually, it really is a privilege for me to be here, because every time God allows me to speak on any platform, I see it as an opportunity to make a difference, an opportunity to change lives, an opportunity to do the things that God has called me to do. So really, it's a privilege to be here today, and I mean that with every sense of seriousness. You talked about the fact that it's your youth, and it's not something that you would often find speakers come to. Well, I have a view that when you're young, it's a really good time for you to do amazing things, right? It's a good time for you to do amazing things. And what I would start off with is, because I'm a woman of faith, right? I'm a woman of faith, and I strongly am always led by the word of God. So I would like to share something with you, just to open up what I'm going to talk about. And it's a place in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. And it says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven, a time to be born, and a time to die, a time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill, and a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up." I read this place in scripture because it pretty much summarizes everything we do in life. It pretty much summarizes where we should be per time, and what we should be doing per time. There's a time and a season for everything. And I love the fact that young people are putting this thing up for even, young people to learn from and to build themselves on. Because I tell you what, the story of, okay, so it just giving you an example of who we are as creation. Man, connect. Say we're all, how the Bible refers to us as man, right? And am I is there a lag? Is there a lag in the communication?
Yeah, but I can't really hear you well, Mom.
Oh, okay, sounds like there's something going on in the background. Does it sound like something else is going on in the background? Sounds like there's a lot of noise. Okay, is it better now? That sound has gone. I can't hear that sound. Well, if you can hear me, please say loud and clear. If you can hear me, just say loud and clear and I'll carry on. Otherwise, I'll hold on until I can be heard. Okay, fantastic. So I was saying that, we're created, we're often referred to in scriptures as man, M-A-N. And the way I see it, just bringing home that place where I read to you about there's a time and a season for everything under earth, right? The way I see it is man is an acronym. And I'll give you what it stands for, in my view. M is for morning, A is for afternoon, and N is for night. Okay? So that essentially means when I say there's a time and a place and there's a time for everything under the earth. There's a time that you have to do things in the morning and in the afternoon and in the night. So if I put an age to morning, afternoon, and night, I'd be saying in the morning, this is people ranging from the age of 16 to 24. In the afternoon, your age range is between 25 and 50. And at night, your age range is from 61 above. Okay? So, what I would say to you is just referring back to that place in scripture. In the morning between 16 and 24, that's the time that you have all the energy to do a lot of things. You have all the energy to study, to even, it's known, research says that when you're much younger, you're able to understand languages. You're able to pick it up very quickly when you're younger. Okay? And that's just research telling us that. And, in the morning, if you don't do what you're meant to do in the morning, you'll shift it to the afternoon, right? Your afternoon is between the ages of 25 and 50. That's the time to consolidate everything you've learned, start your working life, start doing things that, to set the path for your later life. And in the night is your 51 plus. So the point I'm trying to make is if you don't do the things you're meant to do in the morning, you will end up doing it in the afternoon. If you don't do the things you're meant to do in the afternoon, you'll end up doing it at night. And that is why often you see older people doing things they should have done when they were much younger because they didn't get it right. And that, to me, again, going back to that place in scripture that says there's a time and a season for everything under the earth. There's a time and a season for everything. If you do things at the wrong time, you will get the wrong result. Okay? And I'll use another example in scriptures because, again, I'm a woman of faith, I've said this before, and I draw a lot of inspiration from the Bible. If you remember, for those who know the story of David, right? He was meant to be, at the war front, but he was at home. Looking out of the window, he saw a lady having her bath. Next thing, one thing led to another, and then he's acquired someone else's wife. Now, if he was in the battlefield, none of that would have happened. If he was in the battlefield, he wouldn't have met Bathsheba. He wouldn't have had that child who died. All those things wouldn't have happened. So again, I say this to say that there's a time and a season for everything. And I'm so grateful that there's a lot of young people on this platform listening to what I'm saying. Because now is the time for you guys to really, really sit down and think, okay, what should I be doing at this time in my life? Where should I be in this time of my life? How can I make a difference in this time of my life? Now, I will share with you some of my experiences in the workplace. I've worked in HR for about over 20 years, right? And in my whole work experience, I've come across four different types of people. Okay. Number one is people who are frustrated. Number two is people who are confused. Number three is people who are comfortable. And number four is people who are fulfilled. Now, when I talk about what I was born to do, and I'll go back to mention a bit about what I do and what God has mandated me to do. So I'm an HR professional, and I love being an HR professional. I love what I do. I love it. But God has given me a mandate to help people who are in the workplace doing things that they shouldn't be doing. And I get this because when I was growing up, right? So I grew up partly in Nigeria. So I did my secondary school education in Nigeria. And when it came to, I mean, this was many years ago now, but when it came to the point where you had to choose your subjects, back in the day, I don't know what it's like now, you had the three different pathways. So you had arts, science, and commercial studies. So those were the three pathways. And you could choose whichever you wanted, depending on, where you wanted to be. Now, a lot of people in my year chose subjects or chose a pathway that didn't necessarily play to their strengths. So some of them did sciences because their friends were doing sciences, and it makes you look good and it makes you look intelligent. So they ended up in the science lane. Some people, I mean, for people who did sciences, it was felt like, oh, they're the ethicals, they're the people who are good and this and that, and they're intelligent and they're the best. That's what we were led to believe, right? That's what we were led to believe. So a lot of people went into sciences because their friends told them it was, their friends were doing it. Or for some of us, our parents, I want you to be a doctor. So you have to do sciences. I want you to be an accountant. So you go through a certain path because your friends have told you to do it, or you're following your friends, or your parents have led you down that path because they feel like, oh, I want my daughter or my son to be this, this, this. I was speaking to a lady a few months ago now, maybe 6 months ago. She's an accountant. She'd worked as an accountant for like 20 years being an accountant. She'd made a lot of money, and she said to me, do you know what? I hate my job. I said, why do you hate your job? You've been doing this for 20 years. She said, well, it was my father's vision to have his first son or daughter be an accountant. So she basically lived her father's dream. And when she came to herself, she was like, hold on, this is not me. I haven't found expression. I've done this because my dad has asked me to do it, but I'm not really fulfilled. People like that end up in the workplace frustrated. Frustrated because they're not doing what they're good at. They're doing it because someone else has told them to do it. They're doing that job because their friends have done it and they're just following what other people are doing. So they end up frustrated in the workplace, right? They end up frustrated because they're not allowing their gifts, their passion, their personality to come to the place of work. So those people can never make a difference in the workplace because they're too frustrated doing the work that they're not called to do. So those people can never be of impact. They can never really make a difference because they're the kind of people I've seen in the workplace who are often unhappy. They're always looking for a job because they just don't like where they are. They're frustrated. They get annoyed very quickly because they're just frustrated. So they see it manifest in different ways. So they don't like being at work. They just are not happy generally. And if you've come across anyone in the workplace who's generally not happy, not because of anything, but they just don't like their work, that's who they are. Because they're not able to use their strengths, their gifts, their abilities are going to waste. So they're doing a job that they're doing because they've got to pay the bills. The other set of people are the confused people. And these are people who don't know what they should be doing, but they're just doing the job anyway, right? They're not doing the job that they were called to do. And by the way, everyone on planet Earth has an assignment. You have a particular work that God has assigned you to do. When you came to planet Earth, you showed up with so many gifts. God has equipped you. He has resourced you to do a particular type of work. And you are passionate about that kind of thing, but you just haven't been able to focus on how do I make this my life's work. A lot of people are doing the work that they do because it's good money, it pays the bills. I've got to keep doing it because there's nothing else. I can't be bothered to go training. It's too late. My parents said I'm good at this. My friends say I'm good at this, for different wrong reasons. Hence, your ability to make a difference is limited. It's not to say you can't make a difference, but your ability to make a difference is very limited. And you could do a whole lot more if you were doing the work that plays to your strengths, your gifts, your personality, and your passion and talents. Very important. The next set of people I've seen in the workplace are those who are comfortable. They just come to work. They go, they come. Monday morning, they show up. It's fine. They do their job. They're okay because the bills, are being paid. Friday, they're happy to see Friday because it's Friday and they can go home and rest and not think about work. And the final are the fulfilled. The final group are the fulfilled. These are people that are just fulfilled at work. They come into work, they're creative. They come into work, they think of ideas of how to do things better. They think of, wow, okay, we've got this to do. How do we do it? We did it this way the last time. How can we do it better? How can we add value? How can we do? And they're constantly thinking of how to add value to their employer, how to add value to the team, how to add value to the organization. It's because they're fulfilled. It's because they're doing the work that plays to their strengths. They're doing the work that they were born to do. That's why they can show up in the workplace and be effective. That's why they can be productive doing what they're doing. So if you're doing your job, there's a question that you need to really, really ask yourself. Why are you doing the work that you're doing? Because your ability to make an impact, your ability to influence, your ability to make a difference lies in doing the work that you were born to do. And I'll come and talk to you about, I keep on talking about the work that you were born to do. I'll go back to creation. When God, created, when Adam showed up on the face of the earth, what was Adam given to do? God said to Adam, listen, you need to look after this garden. That was his job. He gave him something to do. Even before he gave him a wife, a companion, whatever you want to call Eve, he gave him work to do first. I need you to tend the garden. This is the work that I need you to do. Before you were born, God literally had to find your mother and father, put them together to bring you to the earth, because you have an assignment. You have what to do on planet Earth. There's something that God has called you to do. And when you find that one thing, you'll be able to make a difference that transcends generations. So it's not just about we talk about making a difference. It's not about, oh, I want to make a difference to someone just now. It's no. Making a difference transcends the here and now. Making a difference is making a difference to generations to come. It's not just about, oh, I've done something for you today. No. It's how can you impact on the world? You know how the Bible says you're the light of the world. The Bible doesn't say you're the light of your street, or you're the light of your road, or you're the light of your state, or you're the light of your country. It says you're the light of the world. And that means you're to make a difference to the world, not to your family alone, not to the people around you alone. You're to make a difference to the world, because you were brought to the world to make a difference, to impact on other people's lives. Destinies are attached to you. Destinies are attached to what God has called you to do. So I'll give you an example. If God has called you to be a hairdresser, for example, I use that because that's the only example I can think of at the moment. If God has called you to become a hairdresser, right? You'll realize that the way you do your hair is different to the way other people do their hair. The creativity will come naturally. How you will do it will be very different to how other people do it, right? So if God has called you to become a hairdresser, and don't forget I said you're the light of the world, right? He's called you to become a hairdresser so that you can liberate other people, so that you can train other people, so that you can be the light for other hairdressers that God has called to be on planet Earth. Destinies are attached to you because people are waiting for you to manifest in your true self. People are waiting for you to manifest as who God has called you to be, so that they can be blessed. Because you are blessed to be a blessing. You're not blessed to bless your family alone. You're blessed so that you can be a blessing to the world. You're not blessed just to provide for your family. You're not blessed just to provide for your community. You're blessed to make a difference to the entire world, because you're the light of the world. You're a city that is set on a hill that cannot be hid. So you can't be hidden. A light cannot be hidden. And therefore you need to shine your light. Your light has to be seen by the globe, by the whole world. So when you're doing what you're doing, don't think, oh, it's just me in my little corner. No, the whole world is waiting for you to manifest. The whole world is waiting for you to do that thing that you do at the level of God. When I say at the level of God, let me explain what I mean to you. You were created in the image and likeness of God. Think about it. You were created in the image and in the likeness of God, right? If that be the case, you're also a God. That's what God tells us. Therefore, the things that God has done, we're also able to do, right? So God spoke and said, "Let there be light," and there was light. All God had to do was speak, and it became. So we, as human beings created in the image and likeness of God, also have the ability to speak things into existence, right? So we're very powerful as human beings. Whether you know it or not is a different case altogether, because that's a whole new subject on evangelism, right? And I often, the highest, I was sharing this with someone recently, that the highest form of evangelism, if you're a whatever faith you are, and you want to reach out to other people in your faith, right? The highest form of evangelism is you fulfilling purpose, is you doing the work that God has called you to do. Because I'll use that hairdresser as an example. If God has called me to become a hairdresser, and I am a Christian, okay? My job, I know my job as a Christian is to reach out to people to give their lives to Christ. Doing what I do, I become an expert. I become a very, very amazing hairdresser that people would literally be booking months in advance to have their hair done. And in the process of me speaking to them, I'm telling them why I'm such an amazing person, because of the things that God has deposited inside of me. And that's the highest form of evangelism, because people would want to know me. People would want to know what I do and what makes me me. Right? I feel I'm going off again. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I can, ma. I can hear you, ma.
Okay, amazing, amazing.
You're on, ma. You're at the
Amazing.
right
Thank
path,
you.
ma. You're on the track.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you. So I'm just going to say a little thing before I begin to round up, because I know I haven't got that much time. I'm just going to say I've talked a lot about making a difference and, understand your time and season, MAN, being morning, afternoon, night. Where are you and what do you need to start thinking of doing now? Don't wait till it's your night time before you start thinking, oh. So one of the things I often speak to people about is, how do I know the work that I'm meant to be doing? How do I know? Because there's so many people, and if that's you, if you're on this platform listening to me and you're going, oh, I'm confused, I don't know what I'm meant to be doing, or even I've got this job but I'm not fulfilled, I'm not satisfied, because I find that a lot in a lot of people, where they do a job for the sake of money, right? And what I say is, if you do a job for the sake of money, then what you're telling me is that you're being led by money. You're serving money, because money is helping you determine, or money is helping you make the decisions that you need to make. So if you're telling me, oh, I do the job for the sake of I need to get paid, then basically you're saying money is your master. Money is you're following money to make decisions for you. How ridiculous does that sound? Right? So we need to be careful about trying to balance,
Yes.
okay, I need to pay my bills, but at the same time, God has given me these amazing gifts that are inside of me, crying for expression, crying for expression. And I'll share with you a story of myself, right? So last year, I my mom died, right? And in the process of her dying,
Oh,
I began to ask questions of God. God, okay, my mom's passed. This is trying time. Why am I here? What am I? And I've worked as an HR professional. I love what I do. I love my work. And he began to unfold things to me as time went on. And I'm just going to share with you my journey of how I found really my purpose. Because until you find your purpose, the difference you make will be good. But when you find your purpose, the difference you make will be astounding, will be exceptional. The difference, there's a difference between making a difference and making a positive difference. Okay? And where I'm going is we all have to be making a positive difference. So that when people come in contact with you, right? They need to leave a better person. They come into contact with you and you leave them thinking, whoa, my life has to change or my life has transformed just because of that conversation I've had with Kemi, with Funke, with whoever it is. Whoever
Yes,
comes
ma'am.
into contact with you has to say, wow, if not for Funke. Let me see if I can find some names on here. If not for Funke, if not for Damilola, if not for Damilola, my life will not be, my life would have gone downhill. If not for Folorunsho, I won't be here today. If not for Toby Loba, my life, I'll be a different person. I would have ended up in jail. That's the making a positive difference that you need to be making. It's not about, oh, I'm doing well. I can afford to do this. I can afford to go on holiday. I can afford to buy a nice car. I can afford to live in a nice house. No, 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 no. Making a difference is not even about you. It's about the impact that you are able to create or influence, how you can make a positive difference to other people. Because, see, you were created, of course, God was kind enough to create you for a reason, but really, He's created you for other people, to be a blessing to other people. It's not about you. So, the gift you have, it's not about you, it's about giving it to other people so that they're liberated, so that they can live fulfilled life, so that they can live the life that God has intended for them to live. Because destinies are attached to you. So if you're not able to fulfill purpose, if you're not able to live fully, then you're disappointing other people and you're causing other people to miss it in life because you are not
Mm.
fulfilling purpose. So I'm going to go back to my story in terms of discovering. Okay, so if you're there saying, what am I even meant to be doing, self? I don't even get it. I don't understand. Like I mean, I've been to, like, I'm in uni and I'm doing this subject because that was the only opportunity I had to go to uni, and I'm just doing English, or I'm just doing one random subject because that was the only thing. Well, what I would say to you is there's hope. There's hope. University, I was sharing with the teens on Sunday because I teach in my teens church in here in London, in the UK. Some of them were saying, "Oh, but do we have to go to university? Because of course, you know, the UK is different to Nigeria. Nigeria, you don't have a choice. You have to go to uni, and that's it." In the UK, they
Yes,
tend to
ma'am.
be a bit relaxed about whether you go to uni or not. In Nigeria, I remember when I was leaving home and my parents were drumming it in my head. Remember who you are. don't all these things, which I completely get, and I really appreciate it in our culture, right? Because we tend to push people to study, which is fantastic. But the reason why you go to university, even if you're doing a subject that you hate, that you don't like, that you're just doing it to while away time, right? There are other reasons why you should go to university, and that is to learn the discipline of things, the discipline of submitting your coursework on time, the discipline of waking up and having a schedule where you do things at a set time, the discipline of learning. So it's all those little things that you need to also be good at. It's not just about, oh, I'm going to uni to study and I got a degree. No, it's about other things that come with being in that environment that allows you to learn. Okay? So, going back to, if you're saying, oh, but I don't know what I'm meant to be doing, there are various areas that you can look at. Okay? The first area I would say, the first and most important for anyone listening to me, for Lauren Shaw, Damilola, Tobiloba, if you're listening, right? What I'm saying to you now is the very first place that you need to look for God, why am I even here, is in your source. Who is your source? God. God is your source. God is your source. He's the one who's created you, right? If the owner of this, the manufacturer of this pen has created the pen for writing, right? And I'm sure you've heard this time and time again, right? The manufacturer of this pen has created it for writing. If I decide to use this pen to eat rice because I'm hungry and I need to eat right now, if I decide to use it to eat rice, how long will it take me to finish that rice? Okay, I might pick up a few grains, being creative, but it's not the reason why this thing was manufactured. So you can't get the best out of it. The most I would do is, even if I can't read, look at, okay, I bought it, it comes in a pack. What does the pack say to do with it? I go to the manufacturer and say, okay, it's to write. Okay, fine. I can use it to write. Even if I can't write, it's to scribble or do something, right? So I go to the manufacturer to say, this is what this pen is meant for. Likewise, us as human beings, God is our creator. So the first person to ask is, who created us? God, what is it that you created me to do? I love all these things, but really, what is it that I was created to do? Because I understand now that I need to make a difference to the whole world. And I cannot make a difference to the whole world if I'm just doing this little thing in my corner, which is not what God has called you to do. God has called you to liberate the whole world. Once you go on a journey with God, you'll find and discover, okay, and He will speak to you. There's a methodology to it. He will speak to you. He will tell you. He will guide you step by step. Sometimes it will take a fast. For me, it was just a journey after my mom died, and I was like, okay, God, I'm here. I love what you do, but what exactly is there more? And God began to reveal things to me on a daily basis. What He then did was connect me to people who would help me realize that dream or that mandate that He's given to me. So what happens is, see, for example, God says to you, Damilola, you're meant to be a teacher. What happens is, when the minute God reveals it to you, He will bring people your way to help you release that mandate. He will bring people your way to help you become a better teacher. He'll bring people that would help you, you would learn from. And I'll give you an example. When God gave me my mandate to help people in the wrong career, because that's what I've done all my life. I've worked in HR, and He just told me that, Kemi, you've seen people frustrated, confused, comfortable, and fulfilled in the workplace. You've seen all these people. Your job is to make sure that these people who are frustrated and confused and comfortable, you need to push them out to find the work that plays to what they were created to do, that plays to their gift, so that they can use their gifts in the workplace. And when God began to reveal that to me, He sent someone my way, Dr. Sam. I'll never forget him, and I really honor this man. I love him to bits, and I just want to thank God for his life, Dr. Sam Ekundayo. Right? When I connected with him and he said, oh, I need to do this coaching, I was like, God, that's money. That's going to cost me money. And I heard loud and clear God saying, did I tell you it wasn't going to cost you money? Did you think it was going to be free? I'm bringing people your way to help you. And I literally had to surrender that, okay, God, I get you. The resources God brought my way as well. And that was even funnier, that the resources to do what God had told me to do, He brought my way. He made it available. So your job is to release yourself and say, God, what have you called me to do? Why am I here on planet Earth? Because until I find it, I can't make a difference. I can make a difference to my family because I'm kind to them. I may have a job and I provide for them, but you're not called to make a difference to your family alone. You're called to make a difference to the world. So the first place you go to is your source, God. You cannot disconnect from God. If you're here on this platform listening to me now, you need God to teach you, to reveal to you, to show you to you. If you don't know, there are so many things inside of you that God is waiting to reveal to you that you don't even know. When God began to tell me that I'm a speaker, I was like, what? Speak what? For where? Like, how can that be? But God began to reveal things to me day by day, step by step. You know how the Bible says precept upon precept? He began to reveal things to me over time. And that is what he will do with you. He's waiting and ready to hear from you. Like, what exactly do I need to do to make a difference to the world? God has not called you to make a difference to your family. I keep on saying this, to your community, to your local, to your local road, you are to make a difference to the whole world. That is why you're here. And that is why God has said you're the light of the world. You are the light of the world, right? Okay, let's move on. There are other places that would be pointers to, like, why are you on planet Earth? And I'll really close on this as I begin to wrap up. Some of it is in your story. For example, right? You growing up, you were always talking and talking and talking, and they always said to you, "Can you just shut up for a second because you like talking too much?" There could be something there. Some of it is for some people they just love writing. They just love writing and writing and writing. And you're always like looking for books and you always like writing. That's a pointer. So cast your mind back to the things that you used to do as a child, the things you loved doing as a child. But because of time, maybe your parents have said to you, there's no money there, or don't do that too. Quite often I hear this a lot when parents have a role to play, of course. But sometimes parents can be misleading. And they might say to you, for example, you want to do law, and you say to them, "Oh, I want to do a particular type of law." And they say, no, 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 no. There's no money there. Or do something that there's money in. No, no, no. Please, I beg of you. That is your opinion. Please, 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 you need to change your mind about it. Because what will happen is if you're doing things for money, you'll be led by money, and money will mislead you. But if you're doing things that you're absolutely great at, right? When you do it to the level of what you can do, and people will begin to find the money will start running after you. You're not meant to be running after money. Money should be running after you. So if you're doing things for money, you're misdirected. You've lost it. Money should be running after you because you're doing what you're absolutely good at. So much so that people will be looking for it. That's the order. That's how it should be. You know how the Bible says, "Goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life." Goodness and mercy includes what should follow you, not you. I will follow goodness and mercy. It doesn't work. Try and get the order right. So think about your story. Think about the things that you see that annoys you sometimes. For example, you see things like children who are not looked after, and it just annoys you. There might be something there that is calling you. It could be that you see people with really bad hair all the time, and you're like, I can't do the hair. Or you see people cooking in the way that the food is horrible, and you're like, what kind of food is this? And it annoys you. Certain things just annoy you all the time. That's a pointer to some of the work that you should be doing. Because you're always seeing, it's like, it's just annoying to see certain things and you want to put it right. Or it could be that someone is singing and you're like, gee, this person can't sing. Please, 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 you need to like find someone to help. and you see it all the time. Nobody else can see it. It's just you that sees it. That's a pointer. So I'm just going to summarize. I'm going to wrap up now because of time by saying,
Thank you, ma'am.
really truly want to make a positive difference, you need to find the type of work that God created you to do. When you find it, people will find you. You don't have to be running after people. People will run after you because you're doing the very thing that God has gifted you at doing. The very thing that when you do, you're the only person who does it. The very thing that God has given you a raw talent. It's your job to craft, to work on that talent, to work on it, build on it, to make it perfect. Because you need to refine that gift. It's a bit like gold. You know what they say about diamonds and gold, where it's found in not a nice place. If you're looking for a diamond, it comes out of dirt, and then you literally have to refine it and refine it. And the real true diamond comes to the fore. That's what happens with our talents and our gifts. It's in its raw form when God gives it to us. It's our job to hone it, to make it become the diamond so that other people see it and they run after us because of it. So I'll end by saying my prayer for everyone on this platform who's listened to this message is that you find the very thing that God has called you to be and be. And when you find it,
Amen.
find you, and you will impact on
Amen.
generations, not just your family or your community. The impact will be transgenerational in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We really so much appreciate you. Before we go to the audience for their question, I just want to bring out some points that you said from what you said right now. Sorry. Okay. One of the things I wrote down is that if you are doing things for money, you are misdirected. Money should run after you. Then another thing I like, okay, the three category of people you said we have the confused people, we have we have the people. Okay. Then another there is difference between making a difference and also making a positive uh, difference. So there are two different things, making a difference and making a positive one. Thank you so much, man. We really, really so much appreciate you. Please, can we have any question from the audience? Any question? Any question, please? You can start drop question. If you have any question, please start dropping your question. But ma'am, I have a question for you. And the question is, okay, it's possible to tell me I'm not going to do this. That's just the reality. Nigeria setting, ma'am. Nigeria, the main Nigeria setting. It's not possible for me to say, I'm not doing this. I have to, because this is what I want to go after. I have to just follow them. I have to follow what they have to say. Now, I've got to a stage that I'm doing it and, I don't like it. But what can I do? I'm already into it. Probably I've spent about 6 years, 7 years in school, and now I'm back. But I still have to do it because probably that is what brings money and food on the table. So what do I do? How do I, draw back and just adjust my.
Okay. The line's not clear. If I got you right, you're trying to ask people who are in a job because they need to pay their bills and maybe they don't have the opportunity to work on their passion or their dreams or what they were called to do. Is that what you're asking? Yeah.
Yeah. So how do I now come back? How do I come back to what I really want to do?
Okay. So the reason why you're unfulfilled is because there's more. There's more. The reason why you're doing that job is because you need to pay the bills, which is a good thing. At least you can pay the bills, right? But you get to a point in life, right? And I've seen so many people do this. You get to a point in life where the money no longer, you don't even see the money anymore. You're so angry, you're so frustrated, you're so annoyed. Everything just annoys you, and it begins to affect your personal life. Okay? So what you need to do is follow that process of going back to God and saying, God, what exactly have you called me to do? Once you're clear on what that is, right? Never give up your job. I would never advise you to just chuck your job because you've now found passion or your mandate and then you're now running. Never
Yes,
give
ma'am.
up your job. Stay there.
Mm.
What I would suggest is you have your 9 to 5 and your 5 to 9. Hmm? Your 9 to 5 is what pays you your bills. Stay there. Do it well.
Mm.
Do it well. And
Love 9 to 5.
what I would say is love the work you do until you find the work you love. Love the
Mm.
work you
Wow.
do
Me
until you
too.
find work you love. See, if you do not love the work you do, you will always be angry,
Wow.
you will be frustrated. So find ways of doing that same job that you don't like. Find ways of doing more. It's possible you're bored because you've done that job for such a long time,
Mhm.
nothing motivates you, you're just doing it. Find something else to do around the job. Be creative with the job. Find other things you can add to it to make you feel a bit more motivated and engaged, right? In that job. Because already, let's assume you're doing the job and you can do it with your eyes closed. Find what you can do more. Find more. So, for example, the next level up, what's the next level up? What are some of the things that you can do outside of your remit within that job that can give you a bit more interest, that can give you something to look forward to every day you're going to work? That way, you would love what you're doing because you're doing a bit more than what you would normally do on a regular basis. Then you have your plan of your 5 to 9, right? Your 5 to 9 is your
Yes.
mandate, is the really thing why you're on planet Earth. And that is the time you have to start
Mm.
working on, okay, this is my 5 to 9. God has God has mandated me to become a teacher of young people, for example. How can I start to use my 5 to 9
Mm.
effectively to get to where I'm going?
Five to
What
nine.
you now need to do is you need to have a vision. You need to have a career vision. You need to have a vision for what that thing looks like. Where are you going with it? Okay, God has given you a mandate. God, what is the why? Why are you doing this? How are you going to do it? Where are you going to do it? When are you going to do it? All those questions you need to ask yourself on your
Mm.
5 to 9. And I tell you what will happen. The minute you have a clear view on your 5 to 9, I tell you, you'll be smiling every day you're going to work because your focus is, this is just to pay my bills. I am happy that I have somewhere I'm going. I can see the future. I can see the next 5 years. I can see the next 10 years. This is what it looks like. And I'm happy. So if people are frustrating you at work, you just be like, it's only for a while. Don't worry. Fungba dear. You know how I'm Yoruba.
Yes,
Fungba
ma'am.
dear.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
Fungba
Yes.
dear.
Even
I
back
know what
then.
I'm doing. I know what I'm doing.
Yes,
And that
ma'am.
is what will keep you in the place of doing that work to pay your bills. So whilst you're doing it, you're also building your empire on the side, 5 to 9. So don't use your 5 to 9 to be watching movies. Don't use your 5 to 9 to be
Mm.
doing things that are not
Mm.
meaningful. Don't use your 5 to 9 to be
Mm.
doing things that don't add value to your life. Don't forget, morning,
Mm.
afternoon, night. You have don't spend your morning doing things that you should be doing. Don't spend your afternoon doing things you should be doing in the morning. Don't spend your night doing things you should have been doing in the afternoon.
Mm.
Figure out, are you in your morning, afternoon, and night? What should you be doing right now? That is my advice to that question.
Wow. Thank you so much, ma. So much wisdom. Don't use your 9 to 5 to watch movies. Don't use your 9 to 5 to do things that won't be productive, that won't bring results. So automatically, yes, 9 to 5 it should be on that passion, that dream, something, that future thing we want to do for the rest of our life. Thank you so much, ma. Thank you so much, ma. As you are talking, I'm writing. I'm just at the same time. Thank you so much, ma. Okay. Is there any question? Is there any question from the audience? Is there any question? Coach is there for us this night, so just put your question. Any question you want to ask, put it out. She's going to answer. She's here fully. I'm expecting your question. Okay, another question from me, ma'am. Before, I don't know if the audience will have questions, so this is another question from me. And my question is, um, what will you be your as in to someone that okay, there is no job, but the person has an idea, but there is no job. So, what would you be your advice to such person?
So
Because
the
the
person,
truth is, we have a lot of youth. We have a lot of youth that does not have what they are doing out there. They are kind of jobless. There is no 8 to 5 job. So what? And the person has a passion, has a dream, and the person wants to do something and make a difference in the community, in the
yeah.
society. So what can
So so don't forget, we talked about making a positive difference, right? Making a positive
yes,
difference is
ma'am.
not just about in the work that you're doing. When you don't have a job, the best thing to do is to serve
Hmm.
other people. Service is the highest form of fulfillment. When you're serving other people, right? So, for example, you have an idea of what you're passionate about and you find people in that area that you can serve for free. Find people that you can bless with what you have. It's not, if you don't have a job, that's fine. Well, it's not fine, but in the place of service, you might just find someone who will go, who is this person? That they're serving so much, so well, and they're not even being paid. Volunteer. Volunteer to do things within organizations. I know people, in fact, my older brother, when he finished university, he couldn't find a job. So he volunteered within UNICEF. UNICEF was at the time United Nations, right? I can't remember the what UNICEF stands for, but he volunteered for UNICEF. And he did that for like a good maybe 18 months to 2 years. Eventually, when it was time for him to go, because he was looking for work, they said, no, 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 you can't go. You've done so much for us
Wow.
that what exactly are they going to pay you where you're going? We would match that here because what you have done in the last, and it wasn't full time, it was gradually they built his hours up, but he became useful. He became useful to the place where he had served. So I think service, I think some people have this view that, oh, I can't be serving you, you're using me. I can't be, no, 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 be used.
Hmm.
It's fine.
Mentally.
Let them use you because what you're doing is you're employing your skills that you have. You're using your gifts. You're using your knowledge. Do you understand? So using it in itself is like your
Yes.
gift to that person. You're using it to bless other people and you're making a positive difference. Don't forget, it's not just about, oh, I'm doing a job and I'm making a positive difference could be that you're just helping someone do something. So build on that whilst you're looking for work. You never know whether in that place that you're volunteering or serving or doing all those things is the place where you will get connections to the place that you're going. Quite often you would find, whether it could be that you decide, okay, to teach. If you're passionate about teaching, you just speak to your family members and say, do you know what, I want to set up a teaching platform where I teach maybe 5 to 10 year olds for free, and the children are coming, and you just do every Saturday, and they're like, in fact, they can't wait to meet with you on Saturday after a while, and you decide, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. They would beg you. They would beg if you are able to make a positive difference. They would literally pay you to do what what you were doing for free. So it's about serving, making sure that the gifts that you have, you're using it effectively. And you never know. You might get spotted, you might get hijacked by somebody who just spots you and they're like, who is this person? And they're not being paid. Oh my goodness. So if they're doing it and they're not being paid, what would they do if they are being paid? That's how it works. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, when you were talking about, saving, like, it made me remember a particular event that happened to me personally before I got my job. And there was this particular person I kind of, liked her. I did my hike today. That was in today. So I kind of like her, and she made me actually like buying work. So I just called her one day and I said, "Please, can I just come to your house?" And just so when I get when dirty, I mean your dirty clothes and everything, I just packed everything and I helped her wash. And she was like, Funke, why are you helping me wash it? Why are you helping me with the laundry? And I was like, don't worry, it's me. I knew what I wanted. Like I just knew that. I just knew that. I want to be like this person. I want to when it comes to where I want to work, I want to work in bank at the time. And, I just like her, and she's kind of like a role model in that aspect. Okay, let me just serve her in that aspect. And so when I was now going, after giving me the money, I just okay, oh sister, please, oh, I would love to work in bank, oh, just in case, oh, you have any opportunities and everything like that. So she was one now recommended me and sent me a link that okay, because I just believe that serving it's not necessarily if it's on a very big platform. So just to buttress the point of that you have said, it could be a one-on-one thing. Like okay, you saw this person, and needs help and anything. I can just okay, I can help you to do this. And if there's any opportunity, the first name, the person will remember is okay with this and just send the link. Thank you so much. But I think I saw a question. Please, can we see that again, please?
Yes, I think I can see it. It says, if one discovers that God-given ability late, can it still make the difference it's meant to do, or how can it still achieve that which it's supposed to do when it's somehow late? I think to answer that question, don't forget I mentioned morning, afternoon, night. In the nighttime is 51 plus, right? If people are in their nighttime and they literally just discovered what they were meant to do in that time, so it's very late. In God's eyes, it's never late. It's never late. So to us as human beings, we say, "Oh, why would you be going to school at this age?" Because we as human beings have put a a cap on, oh, we shouldn't, by now you should have done this. Yes, there's morning, afternoon, night, but in the real sense of it, right? Even if you discover it late, it's better to discover it than not discover it at all. It's better to discover it and not do anything about it. So once you find it, right, your job is to make it a reality. Because at the end of the day, right, we're all on this earth, we're all on a journey. And what you don't want is at the end of your journey, God will say to you, did you achieve what I told you to achieve? Let me give you an example. I have two children, right? If I said to my daughter, Tony, I'm hungry. I just want a snack. Can you go and buy me biscuits, right? And she goes and gets to the shops and she finds, I don't know, cake. And she looks at the cake and it's freshly baked. And she's like, wow, they just baked this cake. My mom would like it. And she buys the cake. She brings it home. And she's like, I found this cake. My question will be, "Honey, did I tell you to buy cake or biscuits?" Right? That would be my first question. I'll be like, no, it was biscuit that I wanted. So I don't want the cake. Can you take it back and get me the cake, the biscuit that I told you to buy. It's the same thing with us, as God has sent us on planet Earth to do something. You're now saying, ah, God, because it's late, Sha, I'll just do something else in the hope that it will be okay. No, 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 no. Even if it's late, because yes, of course, there's a time and a season to do things. Even if it's late, still pursue it. Because at the end of the day, right? At the end of time, what you want to hear when you go back to your maker is well done. Not, did I send you? Because when you think about success, and I like the way Sir Fela Drotoye puts it, that success is achieving purpose, really. It's achieving what God has called you to do. So if you go and you're saying, oh, because it was late, you decided to leave it. Because it's late, you just thought, it's too late. Let me just leave it. I don't have time. Abraham was how old when God told him to leave his parents' house? 75. How old are you? It's not little. It might, yes, of course, we have our morning. Don't forget, I said there are things you should do per time, and that is just to guide you. But if you find yourself out of time and of course it's late, there's always a way back. I'll give you another instance. There's in the UK, I don't know if it's in Nigeria, KFC. The person who started KFC, he was 69 when he started. 69. Now, where everyone is still eating KFC in the it's known
Yeah, it's in
worldwide.
Nigeria too.
69. So if he said, it's too late to be doing this chicken thing, it's too late. Can you see? It's never, ever, ever late. Never think it's too late to do what God has, because you will have him to answer to at the end of your journey. At the end of the journey, like my daughter came home and brought me cake and I said, go back, buy me biscuits. Will God send you back to planet Earth? I don't know. You may have a second chance. I don't know. But my point is that you're here to do something for the people in the world. Because what God has done is, God is not going to come down on planet Earth and do those things. So he has given us the mandate to do the things that he wants to do on earth. And if we're not doing it, then we're not really useful. We are not fruitful. It means we're unfruitful. And you know what happens to unfruitful people? When he's telling you, I've sent you on planet Earth to do a particular thing and you're doing something, you're unfruitful. So please, be fruitful. Because that is what God told us to do. Be fruitful, multiply, replenish the earth. Have dominion. We can only have dominion in the area that God has called us to dominate. I cannot dominate in an area where God has not called me to be. Therefore, I cannot make a positive impact on the globe if I'm doing something that God hasn't called me to do.
Thank you so much, Ma. Thank you, Ma, for this time. Thank you, Ma, for this wisdom. We really appreciate you, Ma. Is there any question over there? I'm not sure if there's any question. So if there is no any, okay, I think I saw. I can't see from my end, Ma. Can you see?
Yes, there's a question. I want to ask if making a difference can be measured by public evaluation. Not at all. Or should I say, how is difference measured? How do I measure my achievement knowing it's making a difference? Making a difference is about doing what God has called you to do and doing it very well. It's not about, see, sometimes people might say, oh, if God has called you to do something and you don't feel is that it may not be acceptable. It's not about people, it's about God. It's about achieving the thing that God has called you to do. You can't please people and displease God. I would rather please God and displease people. And you know how they say about our ways are not his ways. The things that God loves, the things that God does, his ways are higher than our ways. So if you're looking to people to please them, then you may be misled, right? If you're looking to people for, oh, am I making a difference? And see what God has called you to make a difference in. It may not be something that is big. It's not everyone that will blow. I hope It is not everyone. What God has, it may just be that,
Yes, ma.
it may just be that in your little corner, Madam Teresa, what was she? She impacted on the whole world. What was her job? Was it, do you understand? It may just be one little thing that God has called you to do. But that little thing will transcend generations to come. We'll be talking about it. 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 So making a difference is, and that's why I say it's not about you. It's about other people and how you're able to make a positive difference to other people across the globe. So don't measure it by, oh, the public say you're not famous, you're not popular. No, no, no. It's not about how many followers. It's not about how many people like you. It's not about how many, it's about fulfilling purpose. It's about doing the thing that God has called you to, so that the end of your journey, God will say, well done. You have done well. You don't want to hear, did I send you? Did I say? Then what would you do when at the end of this race, you get to the final stage and people are applauding you, well done. And God is looking at you and saying, I told you to give me to go and liberate 1,000,000 people. You were too busy focusing on what other people were telling you to do. You did not seek me, the creator. Me who created you. You did not seek me. You're seeking other people's opinion. Are they your creator? They're not, they didn't create you. So you should seek me first, and all things will follow. Seek me first. Seek God first. Then everything else will follow. If you seek man first, you've got the order wrong. Then you'll be running after things. But when you seek God, things will be running after you because everything will follow.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. We really appreciate you. Thank you for coming conclusively tonight, ma'am. I just wanted to advise every one of us generally. Please kindly give your motherly advice to everyone. Thank you so much.
Oh, first of all, I'd like to say thank you because it's always a pleasure to speak in whatever capacity. So thank you for having me. Really grateful. It's a privilege. It really is. If I'm to share one thing, the one thing that I would share is know God. I'm not even going to talk about make a positive difference. For me, it's about knowing God. Because when you know God, there are things that He would put in your mind to do that nobody else. There are things He will open your mind up to. There are revelations He will give to you, right? When I say you will operate a level of God, right? God has created us in His image and likeness, and He's put us on planet Earth to do something. And the things that God has created you to do, only you can do it the way you do it. You know how they say nobody has the same fingerprints. Nobody has the same fingerprints. So if that be the case, you are unique. But see, your uniqueness, you can't even see it. You can't even see the half of it if you don't know God. So my message really is knowing God, knowing your creator, knowing who He is and having a relationship with Him, so that when you journey through life, He'll be able to guide you. See, God knows the next 50 years what's going to happen. And if you're connected to Him, He will reveal things to you. He will reveal things to you, where to go, what to do, how to do it. And that is how you will start your journey of greatness. Because your journey of greatness cannot start by you just sitting down and thinking, oh, I think I'll do this. If it goes wrong, you now go back to the drawing board. What do I do? You now go back to, but the person that has created you is telling you, this is the blueprint for success. This is the map of your life. Follow it. It's like GPS, like your sat nav. You're going somewhere. You're going from Lagos to Ibadan, and you don't know your way. And you're depending on the sat nav to lead you. You're depending on it because you know it will take you there. That's the same thing with God. You're depending on him to take you through life, because you know that he'll make sure that you arrive at your destination in one piece, not battered and bruised because you're busy seeking people's opinion, you're busy doing things that seem, oh, there's money, or I like to do this because this is what people are doing now, and you're sidetracked by all of those things. It starts and ends in Christ. That's what I would say.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Start and end in Christ. Thank you so much, ma'am. We want to say, everyone, please we do not take this for granted. Everyone at the Hopespring to Africa, we are saying thank you. Love you. We love you so much. Thank you so much. I wish I can give you a hug. Ma, please receive my hug. Thank you so much. And I'm praying that one day we will see. Like, I'm praying so much that one day.
By God's
The
grace.
first thing I will do is to I'll run like this and just hug you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you. And please, to our wonderful audience, please, we are going to be passing, sending a link right now. So please kindly help us fill. We need your feedback regarding this session. We need your feedback. If whatever you've gotten, the value you've gotten, please kindly put it there. We are expecting it back. Thank you so much, Coach. I love you personally. I love you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate it. Thank you, ma. We can allow you to go down.
Okay.
Thank you,
Thank
ma. Wow, it's been an amazing session with my beautiful coach. I sincerely hope that we actually learned a lot from her, because I did. Like, I really learned a lot tonight. Okay, if you are watching for the first time, my name is Olufike Folorunsho, and this is Momentum powered by Hopespring to Africa. Hopespring to Africa is an NGO. We're a non-government organization. We were established in 2013, and our aim is to provide solutions to the four sustainable development goals. You will ask, I have been saying four sustainable development goals. What are the four sustainable development goals that providing solutions to? The first one is provision of quality education, the provision of good health and well-being, eradication of poverty, and zero hunger. Those are the first four goals that we really focus on. And we have 5 strategies of achieving these goals. One of the strategies is momentum, that where we are right now is momentum. That's one of the innovations, one of the strategies. Then we have other four. The next one is not too young to dream. Not too young to dream. We go to different schools. We do a school campaign. We tell them not to give up on their dreams. And our focus, we don't go to private school. You will ask me why you don't go to private school, because we believe that majority of our target audience, they are in the public schools, because those are the places that schools that we felt like over the years, which are the places that really have the rejected, the abandoned, those people that are the abused. We believe that if you can go to a private school, that means at least you still have, the capacity, at least little capacity, to sponsor and take a child to a public school. I mean, to a private school. So our focus, our target audience, are in public schools, the abused, the abandoned, the rejected. We have a lot of them in public schools, and our aim is to give them hope, restore hope to them, tell them they can be whatever they want to be, give them what is needed. Is why we introduce one of the strategies, which is scholarship. When we go like that, we try to identify any indigent student, any child that needs help, and we try to, in our own little capacity, we try to help them. We try to provide this help to them, payment of school fees, payment of WAEC fee. One of the things I noticed is, okay, in some schools in Nigeria, public schools in Nigeria, they are free. You say, because I know some people will be saying, okay, well, public schools are free now. Which money are we paying again? Which scholarship are we giving? Yes, public schools, some of the public schools in Nigeria, they are free, right? But we now discover that most of those people, they end up becoming a dropout because they do not have the capacity further their education. And one of the, I remember February last, that is our latest scholarship for now. We gave a scholarship to boy by paying his WAHEC, we pay full payment, we pay for the full payment, and we also make sure that the guy is enrolled in a good tutorial so that the jam and it's called this current, I mean the concluding, the one they just concluded jam, and it is called a very good mark. So we are, we are looking at a way that at least the child, such child, we are going to at least to a level that he will be able to now stand on his own. So that is when it comes to scholarship and never too young to do. Then the next one is that we do a life transforming project. What do we do when it comes to life transforming projects? What we do is, we try to locate places, underdeveloped areas, and we try to give them whatever they is needed. We try to, through our research department, we identify their problem first. Then after the identification of the problem, then we try to do that. It could be a borehole, doing a ball, digging a ball for them. It could be school, anything. So that is when it comes to life transforming project. Then the last one is reach out. Wow, reach out, it comes up for those that already know, and for those that does not know, reach out comes up once every year, December 26th. In fact, we are planning for this year soon. We start, we begin to plan for it, and it's always for those that have been, that witnessed reach out. You know that it's always a very wonderful time with these community people, wonderful time to show more love, wonderful time to, give everything that you have, no matter how little it is, give it to somebody. And by the time look you look at people, maybe you give your clothes, and by the time you see people, fighting for the clothes that you think is not good, by the time you see people, fighting for that one, you feel like, oh, wow, is this real? Is this? So we try to do our own, we try to provide these solutions in our own way, which so this is what we do at Hopespring to Africa, and this is the last day of momentum. Like, I'm sure that everybody in the back end right now, they are kind of been, a lot of work at the back end. It's been a lot of you have to do this, you have to do that. So I'm sure everybody now is kind of, it's the last day, and we are happy that we've been able, to add value to everyone. We've been able to, give back in our own little way to the community. If you want to follow up, we are Hopespring to Africa on Instagram. We are Hopespring to Africa on Facebook. We are Hopespring to Africa, and our YouTube channel is Hopespring to Africa TV. We have LinkedIn is Hopespring to Africa, so you can follow us on every other platform. And if you want to sponsor for any of our programs, maybe you want to sponsor a child back to school, you want to, pay for a child's examination fee, you want to, help a child in any way, just please, you can, call us on 090-2016-7010, or send us email at hopespringtoafrica@gmail.com. hopespringtoafrica@gmail.com. We are a young people, very passionate, consistent, and we love what we do. So, and okay, finally, on this note, reach out to be coming December 26th. So we'll be needing volunteers, to join us. We'll be needing people, to join us on this platform as volunteer for Reach House December 26th. And we'll be needing a lot of, funds, a lot of money to just, to execute this project. So you can any day, anytime. Okay, I think, we have our account number already, Hopespring to Africa. For any support, it's 4091-2028, and it's Polaris Bank, Hopespring to Africa. Again, let me just call it again, Hopespring to Africa, 4091-292029, Polaris Bank. Polaris Bank. So any amount, it could be 1,000, it could be 500, it could be anything. You can just, use it to support this NGO. We love you, and we do not take you for granted. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Please, can we have the video before we go? Can we have the video? Before we go, please, we said in the morning that we are going to announce the winner. Tana Crafts, she gave us a wonderful gift, to support us for this particular program, and we are going to be giving it out. We are going to be giving out. So after, when we come back, we are going to be announcing the winner for this gift. So don't go. We are still here. We are still available. We are still available. So please, can we have the video? Can we have the video for our viewers to watch?
Today, our streets and communities are littered with the young and old who suffer the indignity of begging for crusts of bread to stay alive. It is no more news that there is an epidemic phenomenon of street children who are brought up on the free-range system, child prostitution, rejected children, and mass destitution of the young are the order of the day. Often, they have no idea of what they are gifted to do on this earth. The politicians have found them to be available for thuggery, vandalization, political uproar, and other antisocial activities due to their ignorance and hopelessness, poverty, and inability to access quality education. It is incumbent on society to form people through the provision of integral programs and policies that will facilitate moral and social development. Hopespring to Africa is tackling these problems by providing the right information and motivational programs to imbibe the right attitude and fill every vacuum through our various strategies. Hopespring to Africa is a non-governmental organization founded on February 2nd, 2013, registered under the Corporate Affairs Commission to provide solutions to the first four Sustainable Development Goals, which are eradication of poverty, zero hunger, provision of good health and well-being, provision of quality education. Hopespring to Africa, through our innovations, has visited more than 50 schools, gave scholarships to indigent students, and empowered more than 2,000 students in different communities in Nigeria. Our innovation strategies are scholarship, reach out, momentum, not too young to dream, life-transforming projects such as building of schools, libraries, toilets, etc. for underdeveloped communities and schools. Our vision is restoring hope to all. Mission to provide solutions to the first four Sustainable Development Goals. For support or information, you can reach out to us on hopespringtoafrica@gmail.com, or you can call 090-2016-7010. You can reach out to us on our Instagram handle, Hopespring to Africa, our Facebook handle, Hopespring to Africa. Today, our streets and communities are littered with the young and old who suffer the indignity of begging for crusts of bread to stay alive. It is no more news that there is an epidemic phenomenon of street children who are brought up on the free-range system, child prostitution, rejected children, and mass destitution of the young are the order of the day. Often, they have no idea of what they are gifted to do on this earth. The politicians have found them to be available for thuggery, vandalization, political uproar, and other antisocial activities due to their ignorance and hopelessness, poverty, and inability to access quality education. It is incumbent on society to form people through the provision of integral programs and policies that will facilitate moral and social development. Hopespring to Africa is tackling these problems by providing the right information and motivational programs to imbibe the right attitude and fill every vacuum through our various strategies. Hopespring to Africa is a non-governmental organization founded on February 2nd, 2013, registered under the Corporate Affairs Commission to provide solutions to the first four Sustainable Development Goals, which are eradication of poverty, zero hunger, provision of good health and well-being, provision of quality education. Hopespring to Africa, through our innovations, has visited more than 50 schools, gave scholarships to indigent students, and empowered more than 2,000 students in different communities in Nigeria. Our innovation strategies are scholarship, reach out, momentum, not too young to dream, life-transforming projects such as building of schools, libraries, toilets, etc. for underdeveloped communities and schools. Our vision is restoring hope to all. Mission to provide solutions to the first four Sustainable Development Goals. For support or information, you can reach out to us on hopespringtoafrica@gmail.com, or you can call 090-2016-7010. You can reach out to us on our Instagram handle, Hopespring to Africa, our Facebook handle, Hopespring to Africa.
Wow, you're welcome back. Thank you, Africa, and we love you. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for watching. Thank you for following up. Don't forget all our platforms. Upstream to Africa. We're Upstream to Africa, and our account number is First Upstream to Africa. Thank you so much. We love you. So finally, before we leave tonight, um, the winner for this session. Okay, the winner, Tana Craft said that she supported us with the bag and work, and we have to look at the criteria. We have to, sit and select someone for this opportunity. So since it's just one, and we can't give everybody, and we can't decide to have it because she gave us for this purpose, and definitely we have to deliver because we still have to go back to her and say, okay, Tonocraft, this is what you gave us, and this is what we've been able to give it back to the person you really wanted. To the public. So the winner. Should I say it? Okay, before I say the person's name, what is the criteria? The criteria is that we have to, look at who was there since we started on Thursday. So who was consistently watching, with a comment, who was there and has been watching for the at least must have watched 3 of the programs of our programs. And so we want to say thank you so much. And we had 2 people, but fortunately, should I say fortunately? Fortunately, one of the 2, they are one of us is one of the team, so we decided to just take the person out and give it to the person that is not part of the team. And I am so excited to announce the winner of this Ankara bag, and it goes to Odunayo Oluwakemi. Odunayo Oluwakemi. I don't know if you're on the platform right now. I don't know if you're watching right now, but you just won yourself a bag, an Ankara bag from Tonocraft. So I don't know, you can just go on a platform, probably say thank you, just DM or something, just say thank you, and we will also deliver the message. We'll definitely help you say thank you. So the way and how you are going to get the bag, we'll let you know after this program. Thank you so much for being there since Thursday. You were able to watch at least 3 of this program live. Thank you so much. We love you. And I want to say a big thank you to everyone behind making this happen. Seriously, you guys I love you so much. Seriously, you guys are wonderful. The team at the backstage, those that are running around, those that are making sure everything is. And sometimes I remember sometimes the network would just go off and everybody will, oh, what's wrong again? We just want to say thank you, thank you. I want to say thank you so much. I love you. 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 I love you 1 million times. I love you so much. And to okay. Okay. Is she online? Okay, she's not. Okay, I thought she's online. I thought she was the one that came online. I thought she was the one. So thank you so much. The team, you are so wonderful. You are so loving. You are so hardworking. You are so dedicated people. We want to say thank you so much. I want to say thank you so much for stay out there and just making sure everything is okay, everything is perfect. Thank you so much. And to our wonderful anchors, everyone that has anchored from Thursday, they are part of us. So don't think that we went outside to go and bring an no, those are offspring people. We are people that really, know what we want, and we at Offspring we try to develop every one of us. We try to move at the same pace. Thank you so much for those wonderful sessions. I love you. I love everyone. I love you so much. And to our viewers and audience, please, thank you so much. We love you. We want to say bye bye. This is Offspring to Africa, and I'm so excited. This is our first live program that will be this big. I remember during COVID time, we were able to organize Beyond COVID-19 series. We were able to train people on a lot of skills. So, but this is our main online platform that it has to be. It is here on different platforms the same time. Like we have to teach ourselves, we have to learn this. Thank you so much. We love you. We want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Please follow us into Africa. Follow us into Africa. And please, any message, anything that you want to say, upstreamtoafrica@gmail.com. We want feedback. Please don't forget. We want feedback. We are going to be sharing our links. Please, we want your feedback. Things you think we will have done better. Things the value we've added to you. Please kindly comment. We want your feedback, and that is the only way to pay us for what we've done for the 3 days. That is the only way to pay us back. So your feedback is very, very important. Thank you so much. The back end people, I love you. I can't wait to hug everybody. Thank you. It's been 3 days of running around pressure. So thank you so much. Thank you. Bye bye. Thank you. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Today, our streets and communities are littered with the young and old who suffer the indignity of begging for crust of bread to stay alive. It is no more news that there is an epidemic phenomenon of street children who are brought up on the free-range system, child prostitution, rejected children, and mass destitution of the young are the order of the day. Often, they have no idea of what they are gifted to do on this earth. The politicians have found them to be available for thuggery, vandalization, political uproar, and other antisocial activities due to their ignorance and hopelessness, poverty, and inability to access quality education. It is incumbent on society to form people through the provision of integral programs and policies that will facilitate moral and social development. Hopespring to Africa is tackling these problems by providing the right information and motivational programs to imbibe the right attitude and fill every vacuum through our various strategies. Hopespring to Africa is a non-governmental organization founded on February 2nd, 2013, registered under the Corporate Affairs Commission to provide solutions to the first 4 sustainable development goals, which are eradication of poverty, zero hunger, provision of good health and well-being, provision of quality education. Hopespring to Africa, through our innovations, has visited more than 50 schools, gave scholarships to indigent students, and empowered more than 2,000 students in different communities in Nigeria. Our innovation strategies are scholarship, reach out, momentum, not too young to dream, life-transforming projects such as building of schools, libraries, toilets, etc. for underdeveloped communities and schools. Our vision is restoring hope to all. Mission to provide solutions to the first 4 Sustainable Development Goals. For support or information, you can reach out to us on hopespringtoafrica@gmail.com, or you can call 090-2016-7010. You can reach out to us on our Instagram handle, Hopespring To Africa, our Facebook handle, Hopespring To Africa,